Hello again. Today we're going to be talking about subtracting two different types of fraction problems. The first type of fraction problem is when we have like or common denominators, meaning we have the same number in the denominator. The second type of fraction problem is unlike denominators, or where we do not have the same number in the denominator. We follow the same steps, but when you have an unlike denominator, you have to do a little bit extra work. But back to when we have common denominators. A common denominator means we can just go right to the subtracting part. Our common denominator in this problem is 6, which tells us I have a circle and I'm going to break it up into 6 equal parts. Five, 6 means I start with 5 pieces of the 6 pieces in my pizza pie, so I'm going to shade those in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And subtract 2, 6 means I'm taking away 2 of those pieces. So I take away this one, I take away this one. And so we're left with, if you look at the picture, 1, 2, 3 pieces, but it's still broken up into 6 parts. So 3, 6 of the pizza pie. If we look back at our problem, 5 minus 2 is 3, and we never subtract the denominators. Our last step for fraction problems is to simplify or reduce. So we have to find a number we can divide both 3 by and 6 by. In this case, you can divide them both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So our final reduced answer is 1/2. And if we look at our picture, 1/2 of the pizza pie is remaining. Our second type of problem is when we have unlike or uncommon denominators and we have to find a common denominator. The way we do that is we look at our denominators and we multiply them together. So in this case we're going to multiply 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24, and that's our new denominator. But just like when we're adding fractions, if you multiply the denominator by a number, you also have to multiply the numerator by the same number. So if I had to multiply 4 by 6 to get to 24, I also have to multiply 3 by 6. If I have to multiply 6 times 4 to get to 24, I also have to multiply my numerator by 4. 3 times 6 is 18. 1 times 4 is 4. 18 minus 4 is 14. And I never subtract the denominators, so I still have 14 over 24. Once again, my last step is to reduce. And so I'm going to pick a number I can divide both 14 by and 24 by. Since they're both even, I like to start with 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 24 divided by 2 is 12. Now I check my answer again. There is no number I can divide both 7 and 12 by, so that is my final answer. Now you try a problem on your own. 4/5 minus 2/3. Write the problem down and then pause the video while you complete your work. Once you're done, press play and we'll go over the answer. Welcome back. So our first step is to find a common denominator. In this case, we're going to multiply 5 times 3. I'm going to multiply 5 by 3 and 3 by 5. We're remembering our golden rule. If I multiply something on the denominator, I also have to multiply the same number on the numerator. If I multiply my denominator by 5, I have to multiply my numerator by 5. For this problem, our new common denominator becomes 5 times 3, or 15. 4 times 3 is 12, and 2 times 5 is 10. So my new problem becomes 12/15 minus 10/15. Step number 2 is to subtract the numerators. 12 minus 10 leaves us with 2. We never ever subtract our denominators, so it's still over 15. And then we check our answer. There is no number you can divide both 2 and 15 by, so our final answer is reduced, and we are left with 2/15.